Tonight, Kate Bosworth returns to the silver screen. The horror films begin to mount as we near Halloween. And we're going to dip into the mailbag. All that, plus a whole lot more for you tonight, as cinematic class is about to begin. Your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, and other sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth. In movies tonight, The Witcher returns, but without Henry Cavill. Alien Earth, the series, actually started out rather well, and then about halfway through it really became Disneyized, and what it's setting up is it does not bode well. Rather poorly, as a matter of fact. I'll tell you what's not poorly is the 40% off sale currently going on at the official Rex Real store. Here's the URL. You can pick up on a lot of good things. Those of you still getting school stuff, you're a little bit slow, but there you go. You should start thinking holidays, and you can find good stuff for gift giving at the official Rex Real store. Now, at 40% off. You know, there was a time, and it wasn't too long ago, about the time of Abbott and Costello, actually, when horror movies turned to a comedic bent. Some pundits in the industry think when this happened, it was really the death knell for the classic Universal monsters, because once people made fun of them, they couldn't be scary anymore. That's an interesting concept. But tonight's opening movie is a movie called Coyotes. And it is a movie that is played strictly for laughs. And in that, it's a horror movie that succeeds. Now, director Colin Minihan mocks the Hollywood elite, blue-collar workers, beta men, punk children, prostitutes, natural disasters in California, and strong, independent women. Has he left anything out? I don't think so. Now, Scott is a beta male who is basically useless when he steps away from his keyboard. He lacks any of the traits that comprise a man. He would not have passed Pete Hegseth's recent speech. He is expertly played by Justin Long, and you'll remember him. In this movie, he's playing the adult version of his character in Jeepers Creepers. Now, all his foibles are brought to bear when a storm comes through and ravages his Hollywood neighborhood. It's sparking wind damage and starting dangerous fires. And to further complicate issues, a pack of feral coyotes enters the neighborhood and begins to systematically eliminate all of Scott's neighbors. That's the setup, but for real criticism, it is probably best to peel back those veils of time and head back to the early Cretaceous period and check in with the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Real.
Coyotes harkens back to a time when horror films were played for laughs and not horrors. Writers Nick Simon and Tag Daggerhart skew all aspects of the privileged Hollywood elite. A few gore scenes are tossed in to remind viewers it is a horror film, but even they are ridiculous. Bradley Stuckle shoots the film well, especially lighting on the coyotes. Minihan edits the film as well as directs and keeps the tale to the preferred 90 minutes. Coyotes is a send-up and never lets you forget it is. It comes from Aura Entertainment.
Quite astute as always, Rex. Kate Bosworth plays Liv. That's Scott's wife in the movie. She is the strong, independent woman. You know, you got to be careful with that. You can't make fun of that. That's one of the sacrosanct genres in Hollywood. Mila Harris plays Chloe. She is the brat child who obviously was denied the strong discipline she needed while growing up. And Brittany Allen, who is married in real life to Minihan, plays Julie, the prostitute. It's a good character for her. She also scored the movie. There you go. Hey, here's a look now at Coyotes.
Gigi, walk. Oh my God, I'm so done with this dog.
Oh my God, I love your dog.
Gigi, go potty now. It's exhausting being this hot.
She killed my Gigi!
Are you all worried about the tree out front?
I'm not worried.
You did say that you were going to trim it last year.
We can wait till tomorrow.
Guys. Oh, there's something outside.
Okay. Give me.
No, right now.
Right now.
Wow!
Make sure it's okay.
Shoot! Just.
What was it?
Oh, just a sketchy little coyote. No big deal.
Get it.
Do you hear that sound? Sounds like somebody singing or dying. No, it's gone now.
Get it.
Make an open door.
Get it.
Go inside.
Is it bad?
No, don't look.
Why? Why don't you want me to look? Everybody in? Everybody okay? Hey!
This is definitely a bad idea. They want your shelter, your food, your water, your sanity.
I just want to say,
We're all gonna live happily ever after.
I hope those aren't my last words.
You don't want to shoot the neighbor!
This is not normal behavior.
Get off my husband!
It's like in that movie. You know the one where all the birds attack everyone?
The birds.
I love it when the fans write in, and we've got plenty of Dino mail for you this week. Oh, sometimes the fans write, and our first Dino mail this week is from Alex Andreisen. He is talking about We Are Not Safe Here, the movie that actually was one of the better movies of the year so far. He says, the coolest part, I thought, was when Rachel was sitting on the bed in the dark, and you just see the profile of her silhouette. And as she talks, her profile turns into the demon. The sirens outside are going off as well to add tension. This is really a brilliant scene in my opinion. He's got a good point here. If you've seen the movie, that one really stands out, that scene, and it's done exceptionally well. Hey, let's go to Mark Fuel, who was writing about To Kill a Wolf, and this was another movie that went against all the norms I usually adhere to, but still was a quite enjoyable movie. He says, and he gets technical on me here, a small note, it was actually shot in a 1:5:5 aspect ratio, which lies between the 1.43 of IMAX and the 1.77 of UHD. I think it was to better highlight the lush forest landscape. He thought it was an excellent film. Well, I had mentioned that I didn't understand why the cropping on this movie was shot that way. This, folks, is what happens when you watch the majority of movies through a screener link and you're watching them on the computer. If they're meant for a big screen showings, you lose whatever effect that may have been intended for the big screen because you're watching basically on a laptop. So I can understand why he felt a need to correct the techniques, and I felt a need to criticize the black bars and what have you. And finally tonight, talking about Revenge of the Boogeyman, which was dreadful, Kyle Spradling says, very great take. That movie was pretty stinky. My friends and I love the T-Rex graphics. Keep it up. Kyle, T-Rex graphics? Rex Real's a T-Rex. We get him through a time warp. What graphics? There's more when Outtakes with Rex Real continues right after this. Say, a few episodes ago, I told you the House of Fairuza, sponsor of the show, was expanding, and boy, they have. Say hello to Riley and Eli. These are two of the newest barbers at House of Fairuza Barbershop, and for a limited time, if you book with Eli or Riley, either book in advance or walk in, your haircut is free. That's Sam's way of introducing you to his new staff. Now, Heather is also going to join soon. We'll tell you more about her on the next show and have her picture as well. But for now, it's Eli and Riley. Get a free haircut. Either walk in or make a call, but you better hurry because this introductory offer ends soon. The House of Fairuza, located at the corner of Drake Road and South Park Road. Stop in and see them today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Writer-director Yong Sang-ho adapts his own graphic novel into a rather meandering tale of discovery that spans some 40 years in the life of a blind stamp engraver. The name of the movie is called The Ugly. Yong Yu, played by Kwon Hae-yo, is the blind artisan who lives with his son Dong-won, played by Park Young-min. Now, they receive a phone call from the police stating that the skeletal remains of Young Hee, their wife and mother, respectively, are found in a remote mountain area. Young Hee, who is played by Shin Hyun-bin, disappeared some 40 years ago. It was assumed that she left town because she was really ashamed of her appearance. She was ugly and shunned by those in the village. The police, however, are telling a slightly different tale. Faced with physical evidence of a mother he never saw, Dong-won sets out to find what happened to his mom 4 decades earlier. He incorporates the help of a TV producer, Soo-jin, who is played by Hon Ji-hyun. He begins investigating past events via interviews with folk who remember not only his mom, but those troubling times as well. Speaking of troubling times, let's go back again to the early Cretaceous period and check in with Rex Real.
Your Sang-ho has a solid body of work, including the cult zombie favorite Train to Busan, and the recent Netflix hit series Parasite, The Grey. This endeavor, leaving the realm of the supernatural, is not as strong and is monotonous in its developing. The mystery of Yong-hee's disappearance is revealed through the 5 interviews with folk from the past. The technique divides the story into segments, making it easier to watch. There is no conflict between the interviews. Yong's social message is to highlight how people who are not beautiful are ignored and scorned by society. He keeps Yong-hee's face hidden throughout the movie until the big reveal at the film's conclusion. The technique also hooks the viewer to stay with this movie through its sluggish parts. But the big reveal is somewhat of a letdown. This is not the Elephant Man.
못 보는 사람은 아름다운 것이 뭔지 모를 거다. 아니야? 일종의 오해야, 오해.
아드님을 혼자 키우신 아버지이기도 하시잖아요.
예, 뭐 저한테야 뭐 과분하신 분이죠.
경찰서요?
정영희 씨 때문에 전화드렸어요. 임동원 씨 어머니이신데.
이분이 저희 어머니라고요?
저희가 알 수 있는 건 정영희 씨가 40년 전의 상황이 산에 묻혀있다는 것밖에 없어요. 살해됐을 가능성도 있습니다.
그 사진 같은 거
없어. 아무튼 안 좋아. 못생겼어.
뭔가 일이 있긴 했던 것 같은데.
영희 언니가 그쯤에서 그만뒀으면 좋았을 텐데.
Something rather unique happened. Within mere weeks of each other, there were 3 films that were released about dinosaurs. That usually doesn't happen very often. When I was a kid, I really loved dinosaurs, but it seemed like nobody else did, especially the kids I was hanging out with, and I was often ostracized for not liking sports or cars and trucks and things like that normal kids like. Now it seems that everyone likes dinosaurs. I guess I was born at the wrong time or something, but I digress here. Jurassic Games Extinction, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Primitive War all came out in recent weeks. Since my early days of loving dinosaurs, I naturally love dinosaur movies. They were so few and far between, and now if you look at most of them, they're kind of cheesy. But I really do appreciate these films, and to put a perspective on it, you can't have 3 dinosaur films come out and not check in with the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic. So for a commentary on these 3 films, let's again check in with Rex Reel.
It is exciting to see 3 dinosaur movies released in a relatively short time. Certainly better than watching those terrible superhero films. Jurassic World Rebirth is a mediocre effort to keep a franchise alive. Terribly miscast and scripted, it has only a few notable dinosaur scenes. As the series continues, producers need to reveal more characters like the original Robert Muldoon of the novel, and certainly lose the children's subplot. They have the dinos right, but really nothing else. Perhaps consideration of a story along the lines of Robert Baker's novel Raptor Red. Jurassic Games Extinction attempts to meld dinosaurs and the current societal fear of AI. While obviously on a restricted budget, the film is largely enjoyable. Primitive War was quite exciting from a dino perspective, the best of the batch. Based on a series of novels, I would rather see this movie develop into a franchise than the others. My family members look good and act as they should, and there are no nauseating little kids. Good action, and each novel introduces more varied dinos. Any dino movie is appreciated, but the dinos should be ferocious and deadly. In Primitive War they are. It's like the difference of a pro-wrestling Godzilla and the nuclear monster Godzilla.
Primitive War had a very limited budget, especially for its promotional campaign, so chances are you're going to have a very hard time trying to see it on the big screen. But you should definitely see it.
I heard you got to. Nice work, Baker. You gotta be a lunatic if you're gonna be a vulture. Let's see what you guys think of this next mission.
3 days ago, I lost my Green Berets. We're gonna drop you in right here, in that valley.
We got our job. Find those Green Berets.
One female Russian survivor. They're still out there. Just take to the perimeter. For bird. Keep your introduction. Since we insert, we've been attacked by all kinds of prehistoric beasts. We need an emergency extract from the zoo.
And that's not an option! My mission is to get my men home, not fight dinosaurs. I'm gonna go find them, dead or alive.
We won't survive an hour. You'll let them die.
Better get fueled up and get ready.
We're doing what you want. We're probably all gonna die screaming because of it. Talk about that screaming and dying bit.
We are fast running out of time, but there's still more on Outtakes with Rex Rio when we continue right after this. Say, I know we're coming up on Halloween, but it's really not too early to start thinking about Christmas. Yes, and especially if you're like me and one of those old-fashioned people who still like to send out Christmas cards. I do, but I like to send out unique Christmas cards, and that's where Tactical Santa comes in. Yes, he is one of many characters that you can send out on exclusive Christmas cards this holiday season, all from Gabriel Mastracci art. Take a look at some of these. Tactical Santa is always a favorite. There's the T-Rex, who is wrecking the halls, and many other characters as well. They adorn nice Christmas cards when you send them. Have a unique Christmas and send out the unique Christmas cards this holiday season from Gabriel Mastracci Art and Tactical Santa. We have done it again, run fast out of time. Let me remind you that Election Day isn't here yet, so you can still follow my campaign on Facebook and on Truth Social. Just look under FOF and you'll see how things are going. And I'm going to return to Dead and Buried Treasures 2 in the pregame show, which I believe is called Walking the Plank, along with Captain Calico Drake. So you'll be sure you want to check in for the new season of Dead and Buried Treasures. And I got the opportunity to get back into Bethel Park football announcing. That was an awful lot of fun. You'll find all those great shows right here on this channel or streamer that you are watching now. Hey, we got to run. I have more movies to talk about, but they'll have to wait for the next show. So now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.